watching Motor News with me, Katie Neiman and Chris Watts.
5 generations, 34 years and over 26 million vehicles after the original first went on sale, the 6th generation of the Golf has been unveiled. The new Golf is the safest, most technically advanced and most dynamic yet. Not only does the new Golf promise great value, but it aims to set benchmarks in quality, style, safety and the reduction of emissions. The new design direction established by Sirocco aims to combine the elements that define the Golf while bringing them up to date. The result is a clean design that's easily recognisable as a Golf, yet remains an all-new shape. A new level of quality is established in the interior with the adoption of materials and equipment usually associated with the vehicle in a higher segment. This quality, combined with a reduction in wind noise, results in new levels of acoustic dampening, making the new Golf the quietest yet. Aiding this refinement are advanced new petrol and diesel engines. The new 2-litre TDI 110 PS common rail diesel engine returns 62.7 miles per gallon on the combined cycle. Other diesel variants are available linked to a choice of 6-speed manual or DSG gearboxes. Many of the petrol engines adopt highly efficient TSI technology with outputs of 80, 102, 122 and 160 PS. BMW have released new details of the BMW 7 Series driving dynamic control, the integral active steering and the night vision technical features of the new models.
One of the most important innovations in the BMW 7 Series is the integral active steering. It's a combination of the familiar active steering and the new technology for rear-wheel steering. This makes the car more agile at low speed and more stable at high speed, for example during line changes on the highway. The driving dynamic control is a new function for the BMW 7 Series. It is a button in the center console of the car by which the driver can change between 4 modes of the setup: Comfort, Normal, Sport and Sport Plus. With this control you can change between a very comfortable car on one side and on the other side to a very sportive setup of the car. With the driving dynamic control we change the characteristics not only of the suspension systems like steering or damping system, but also on the characteristic of the drivetrain systems. We change the throttle control but also the automatic gearbox. The integrated chassis management is the central unit for the suspension systems. By a lot of sensor signals there is a calculation of the driving situation, and depending on the driving situation, for maximum performance there is a reaction by the actuators of DSC, the damping control systems and optionally integral active steering and dynamic drive.
Nissan has unveiled an all-around collision-free prototype incorporating 2 all-new technologies. Side collision prevention. When the driver decides to change lanes, the side-mounted sensors activate a warning if an approaching vehicle is detected in the driver's intended lane. A yaw mechanism is then activated through brake control of individual wheels to help prevent a potential collision. There's also backup collision prevention. During a reversing manoeuvre, rear and side-mounted sensors detect objects in the path of the vehicle. If an object is detected, an alarm sounds, followed by the activation of the brakes to help avoid a collision in situations such as when a vehicle is backing out of a parking space. Incorporating the available distance control assist and lane departure prevention systems, this latest prototype vehicle further extends Nissan's safety shield concept to help protect the vehicle and its occupants from potential risks coming from multiple directions. Ford designers have given the new car a fashionable, modern appearance based around the company's kinetic design form language. A number of visual cues provide a connection to the original car, but with its distinctive face and chunky proportions, the new model has its own unique character. The interior of the new car also has a stylish dynamic design, combining bold contrasts and expressive colours, which reflect the more adventurous tastes of the typical car buyer. The new model is destined to continue the considerable success of the original Ford car, which is widely considered to be an automotive design icon. The Hyundai Motor Co has unveiled the Genesis Coupe, featuring high-performance disc brakes from Brembo. For the Genesis Coupe's front 18-inch wheels, Brembo engineers developed 13.4 x 1.1-inch rotors and 4-pot fixed calipers, while the rear setup features 13 by 0.78-inch rotors gripped by 4-pot fixed calipers. Chevy has announced plans to reintroduce the Camaro as part of its 2010 lineup. The sports vehicle, which was produced from 1967 to 2002, will be redesigned and will feature a V6 engine that delivers an estimated 26 miles per gallon. The 2010 Camaro is expected to roll out in the first quarter of 2009. Due to their low fuel consumption, four-cylinder cars are growing in popularity in the States, where big cars and big engines have been the norm. Now car makers are enhancing these models by adding more refined engines and luxury features. Andrew Smarts from the US.
Just a few years ago, four-cylinder cars were the ugly stepchild of the car lot.
There was a time when four-cylinder equipped cars were the bottom rung on the ladder, and manufacturers didn't even equip them very well because they figured if a person was buying an economy car, they also didn't want all the things that went with a more luxurious vehicle.
That perception has faded as fast as gas prices have gone up, but consumers are finding the compromise of getting better miles per gallon on a four-cylinder engine versus the power and performance of a 6 or 8 cylinder increasingly desirable.
Okay, Ms. Flores.
Yeah, if you look at four-cylinder engines today and compare them to four cylinders about 15 years ago, the advances have been unbelievable. The engines today are much more refined. The noise and vibration is very low.
The Chevrolet Malibu, which offers a choice of 4 or 6 cylinder engines, is the perfect example of the trend. 2 years ago, less than 20% were sold with the smaller engine. This past month, 80% of buyers chose the gas-sipping version, many using the extra cash to add those luxury features like leather seats and navigation systems once unheard of in an economy car. I'm Andrew Schmertz.
That's all for this week. See you next time on Motor News.